Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Adi 3000, and this is episode 82.
Yo, 82 episodes, bitch. On that shit, we here.
Yeah. They ain't want 82 episodes, huh?
They didn't want it. They didn't want to see this. They didn't want to see, the real connect. Me and Audie connect.
Well, welcome everybody to yet again another episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. Today I am joined by one of my co-hosts, Have 600.
Facts. You know, it's Hav, your girlfriend's favorite rapper. Y'all need to come clean.
And so today I'm very excited because I haven't been feeling good these past couple of days, but it's all good because we are here. We got to give the people what they want, huh?
That's right. Rain, sleep, or snow.
And so before we get into the foolishness of this grand episode, I wanted to go ahead and say hello to everybody who is listening to us. And if you're watching us, how you doing? How you feeling? If you're listening to us, wherever it is that you're listening to us, I appreciate you. Make sure that you subscribe, like, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell another friend, tell their auntie, their cousin.
Give us feedback.
And give us feedback, please. We got some feedback from last week's episode. I appreciate that so much because if you ask me, I'm the shit.
Honestly, right?
So if you ask me, I'm the shit. I'm the best. My co-hosts are the best. Like 82 episodes in, like we does this. You know what I mean? So if you are watching us on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, WTW TV. If you are listening to us, WTW Radio, make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, join the WTW fam, and get notified every single time that we drop a new song, new podcast, new video. It is WTW Saturday, so this is your week's episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. And for all things WTW, all you gotta do is just go to our website, WTWrecords.com. How was your week?
It was great. Well, I'm fresh off the tattoo shop, fresh off the chair, just getting this tattoo that I've been thinking about for a long time. So that was pretty much it. Well, it's been longer than a week since we've been sitting down here again.
Yeah.
But it's been an eventful week. A lot of shit has changed. A lot of shit has happened. A lot of ideas. That I took a little bit of a personal day that I just needed to reset and just see where my mind was. I think that's healthy for everybody. Some people, they don't know when to call for it or when it's time needed, but I think it's good if you really think that you need to reassess or just try to pick up the pieces or probably just game plan and strategize this life, especially this work life. We go hard. We just put in work. We put in work. But we don't get to see the end result, or we're not seeing where we're going. We think that we're working. We have money. We could spend. We could provide. We're taking care of responsibilities. But is that happiness cup being fulfilled? So that's just something you just got to ask yourself a couple of times and go ahead and, probably take that day, see where life is going, see what's working, see what's not working, and see what's in your immediate future.
So real quick, for someone who maybe feels stuck or overwhelmed in whatever career it is that they are in or passion that they're trying to pursue, what would be the biggest advice that you would give them?
One of the things would be speak up. You just need to speak up and go ahead and see what you want is something that is possible. A lot of times we have these ideas and maybe they be great. Maybe they are the correct idea, but maybe we're shy about it. Maybe we feel like it's not our place. It's not our time. I don't want to see like the one complaining or something to that extent. I think it's just speaking up and saying, and also actions. A lot of things could seem overwhelming, but if you take one thing at a time, it's not that hard or not that difficult to just do one thing at once. First we someone's going to use as an example. First, we got to shoot the podcast. I can't think about worrying about editing the podcast before we even shoot it. So you just kind of have to take it one step at a time.
Because sometimes you got to edit this bitch.
Facts. I don't know if I said some wild shit. You know what I mean? Call some woman a whore.
It was funny because I was talking to Chloe Money today about...
Shout out Chloe Money.
Yeah, shout out to Chloe Money. I was talking to her about how today we were going to have a long day. And I haven't been, for the listeners and viewers, I haven't been feeling well these past couple of days. And as a woman, you get very scared. Well, I feel like just as a human, you get very scared when you start to notice that there's certain things that are going on in your body that you don't necessarily understand.
Right.
And it's like you get to a certain point in your life where you feel like you understand your body, but then your body humbles you to a certain point where it's like, girl, you need to take a break. You need to figure out what's going on. You need to reassess certain things and maybe, put your health a lot more first, because I feel like I am healthy, but at the same time, like, there's possibly some conditions in my body that I'm not aware of. So as I was speaking to Chloe, um I was telling her about something.
Something that had to do. Well, no, that was gonna be a long day.
Yeah,
That
okay,
was gonna
there you
be a
go.
very
So I
long
told
day.
her that it was going to be a long day, because, we were going to be going to get your tattoo done. I know that I had to go to your job and then go get the tattoo. And I knew that we were going to be getting home a little bit later. And I knew that we still hadn't done the podcast because, like I said, I hadn't been feeling good. For those of you that listen, you guys know that we do it on Wednesdays. If you follow us on Instagram, Ambition Hour, or my Instagram, Adi Ambition, then you know that we do record the episodes a couple of days earlier. But we are recording a little later today. And if you see we are missing someone, shout out to Spitz. We miss you on today's episode. But anyway, but yeah, so there's times where like I was just telling her how it was going to be a long day, and so I was mentally preparing myself for that, and knowing that I didn't feel good. It was something that was not hard for me to like do, but there were just certain parts of my day where it's just like I can't keep going. Like, I don't feel good. Like, I don't feel good. I don't look good. I don't like, there was just so many different factors that I felt in my body that it was just like, I don't know if I can keep going. I'm like, and for the listeners, because I like to share with you guys a lot. I've been feeling super nauseous, and I've just haven't been feeling like myself lately, and I've been getting like certain pains that is just not cool. And so I've noticed that like my attitude has changed, and I've noticed that
Attitude.
I've noticed that my attitude has changed because of that, because I don't understand why my body is reacting this way. And so it just gets frustrating, but we're here. And so that has been kind of my week. I worked out. I ran. I went back to running. School is back in session, so your girl's been going to work extra early because traffic gives me so much anxiety. Like, I don't know what this back to school shit is, but it is just more traffic. And if you live in Miami, actually, if you live in any of these big cities, I'm sure you guys are going through a lot of traffic right now. But yeah, so it's just been like a whirlwind of a week. But it's all good. We good. This week there's a lot of music that dropped.
A lot of music. Before we move on, I just want to give a shout out to the Tiny Tattooer out there at Miami Tattoo down there by the beach. So if you guys want to get right, go ahead. This isn't an ad. This is just some love that we giving out, some good vibes and good vibrations to those same people. But go ahead and check my girl out that she's out there and get tatted. Um, New music that came out, that Currency Hospital. I almost picked back the joint, Claudia. I almost, the homies was riding down. I was thinking I was getting high in that bitch. No, he has a lot of good songs on there, but it's Currency. So for me, I'm a little bit.
Currency is a goat.
If y'all don't know, well, I'm a big Jet Life Currency fan. Wow, fan. But but this album, like, to me, like, there's not a bad Currency project in my eyes. There's not one that's bad, or there. Of course, there's probably ones that are better than others, or that you might prefer, you might go back to. But this one is just one of those other classics that you just put right in his catalog, and that's amazing. And I love what current. He doesn't never overextend his stay. I feel like it's not like a couple of albums that are 16, 18 tracks long, and it's just like yee. I'm in
What
track.
do you prefer?
I'm in track 6. I'm just like, dang. I prefer a concise project.
So what, like 12 songs? Or
Um,
less, 10?
Well, Nas, I felt, set the gold standard with Illmatic, and you want somewhere around. He did 9 songs, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I think 2 of them are skits, or not skits, but like an intro and then a skit. So I think a little bit of that mentality is kind of what is a little bit more golden minded, I think, or ideal for me. For me, hold on, it is 10 tracks. But I mean, if you go past 12, 14, I'm not too mad. As soon as I start seeing shit like 16, 18, and don't let me see a 21. 21, it better be some bonus tracks.
Well, Chris Brown's album has 36 tracks, and
Oh, you look at Chris Brown.
and I listened to that album from beginning to end.
And I know he has a lot of slaps on there. So
Many.
so I don't know. It's difficult to say what an artist should do, or what they should do, because I feel like whatever they feel like is the project should be the project. if it's 18, if it's 2 tracks, if it's the project and the overall arc of the project, and it have a thematic, then yeah. It's just I think that some artists who aren't album artists, that's the thing, there's not that many album artists, but there's a
Hmm.
couple. There-
Chris Brown is an album artist.
I would definitely say he is the album artist.
Chris Brown gives you 2 CDs in one.
I'll definitely say he's an album artist. I just think that like some people that aren't, when they do the 16, 18, or I don't know, because the person because the Jeezy, the Jeezy's about 18 tracks long, and I'm just like,
That is, yeah, no. That,
and I don't know, it's a little bit more because also like I have a small window to consume music because I'm also either listening to tracks, unreleased dub tracks, or listening to released dub tracks, or I'm bumping some new shit. Guap Dad got a couple new tracks, so I'm fucking with that. I'm fucking with Ross, Blueface,
so
Thugga,
you listen to the
Currency,
album.
Currency. Yeah. I listen to Port of Miami too.
And the people want to know.
Oh God, is it better than one?
No,
Oh,
not is it better than one, because
sorry.
nothing is better than one. That's why it's
Well,
one.
you told us that Rick Ross said that it's better than one.
I said
You said that multiple times on this platform.
I said that that's what he said, so that way everybody knew that that's what he said. But I didn't say that. That didn't come out of my mouth. That.
Oh, my bad. You're just reminding us so
I
much
was
about
just
it. I thought you
reminding-
co-signed it.
No, I was just saying. I mean, the album is really good.
Yeah,
Port of
yeah, yeah.
Miami 2 is a really,
It's a-
really good album.
It's a good project. I think it's one of the better projects of this year.
I agree.
I will put it in there. What were we gonna say? The streets want to know the interwebs, the Dub
Well,
fan.
yeah, like, what was your take on it? Because last week I was left alone talking about the Rick Ross album.
Well, I realized how man. It's crazy when you go on one episode, then the next episode you have it. We're all bipolar, I feel like a little bit like we're all bipolar because I was just like, man, yeah, push on the album, man. That shit don't even deserve a listen. That's how I feel like, at least looking back. That's how I felt
And
last
then
week.
now it's one of the best albums
And then
of the
now
year.
I think it's one of the best albums of the year.
It's number one on Billboard, BT
of
Dubs.
the year. Oh yeah, and shout out to Ross because that's another no pun intended, another one. That is, did I do that right? It kind of sounded like Khaled through the headphones. Another one of his number one albums that hit number one. He used to have a streak, Unfortunately, that snapped. I forgot who it was. It was some dumb shit, It was no one from the culture that like outbeat him though. I think, or maybe was it Eminem? I don't know. But anyways, I like it. I did skip that track.
Which track? The Maybach?
I did, yeah.
I feel you.
But I do need to stop. But at least when I was, because I was listening to it on a run, and for that run, that time being, it was great. I love that one from Gunplay.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite joint on there.
Yeah, that's a really good song. And I didn't know. Sorry. I didn't know that him and Gunplay have known each other for such a long time. Like, I didn't know that they've known each other since they were like kids.
They were like kids or like middle school. Like,
yeah.
low-key Gunplay. Sosa is my Gunplay.
Yeah.
And
Carlos too.
Carlos too.
CAB.
CAB. So, but yeah, like that's always so cool to see, and just that shows what kind of person Ross is. I feel like it just even shows it more, and I think that's I mean, it's not as personal, I think, as some people probably wanted it, but I think it kind of shows the type of man that Ross is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That he keeps the family close. He's very loyal. He's all about business. So, I thought that was a good. That's what I got from it too, and it's just more like, damn, like Ross is really a legend out here. We really need to start giving more of his flowers while he could still smell them.
Sure.
Like even his thoughts on roses. I hope that I saw him with Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, they have like a partnership.
They have a partnership that was cool. I was waiting for Udonis to kind of creep up and be and be somewhere in that photo shoot.
That would have been cool.
Just because how cool Wade and him are, and I think was UD in Big Time video, or was that just me bugging?
I'm not sure because I only watched that video one time.
Oh, you kind of felt the way about that video, no? Isn't that the platform for this?
Well, no. Okay, so for the Big Time video, because if you haven't seen the Big Time video, Jordan Woods is in the video, and they made it like an extremely big deal that she was in it. I get it, of course. We want to see beautiful women in these videos, but I don't know. She just seemed out of place.
Okay.
She just seemed a little out of place. Like I guess it's also because she is becoming, this woman that she is now, like as far as acting goes, because she was on Grownish. Now she's in videos. This isn't the first video that she was in.
Right. Well, forgive me if I'm maybe wrong, but I think I get what you're saying. Are you saying it's kind of like seeing the kid from Disney Channel and all of a sudden, yeah, kind of thing? Yeah. I feel you in a sense, a little bit in that, just because, yeah, you see her as one thing, or like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but it's like this, you see them as that position for so long, and then now
Yeah. It's like
it's different.
You've been okay.
Yeah,
but
I didn't want to say all that.
yeah, because I've also said on this show that people are allowed to stop being friends and flourish in however it is that they want to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. Like,
And then one of these videos come out on her birthday or some shit like that.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure, but
The internet petty. They'll bring up some
yeah,
shit like
no,
that.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, for me, because like what I see is that she's flourishing into what I guess she was trying to do or trying to become, or sometimes like you're friends with somebody or you're around certain people that just won't allow you to flourish.
Yeah. Do you think? Well, that was probably a little bit of that case, no? Right? Like maybe. Yeah, like how you're saying, she wanted this.
Yeah.
All along, but I guess it's easy for someone to say, well, like, why couldn't she just do it back then? Like now all of a sudden she everywhere now. But I think it's more along the lines of like sometimes, yeah, you don't have that person that either is umping you or like you can do or you should be just the same, or we should be on equal shits. Because you're also so involved in that person's growth too.
Yeah.
Like you live vicariously through that a little bit. So like, that's pretty difficult. So that's probably a good breakup for her.
Yeah, I mean,
in all actuality,
one of the I read something on the internet that said
if she's truly happy,
if she's glowing after y'all break up, you were the problem. And so
what if she ain't glowing after we break up? I'm just saying.
I mean, if she ain't glowing, she did the breakup wrong.
Honestly.
But yeah, so then something that Rick Ross said in an interview.
She's a star. What did he say?
He said, well, one of the things that I really liked that he said was that he wants to uplift, black women. Like, he's just like, I just want to uplift black women.
One of our black queens.
Yeah, one of our black queens. Like, why wouldn't I put her and, et cetera, et cetera. And to me, like I said earlier, like I agree with that, but like I said, she just seems at a place like it's just kind of like, what are you doing with Rick Ross?
Yeah, like Rick Ross flips bricks.
Like, what are you doing with Rick Ross right now, girl? Like, you was just chilling in Calabasas, but no. And then she's like hanging out with Meg Thee Stallion and stuff like that. So go ahead, get it, Jordan. Jordan about to have the best year ever.
She had the best comeback,
bro. The thing is that
she didn't really have to come back for nothing, but. Soulja Boy gotta relax.
I might get killed for this, but if Jordan did kiss or do whatever with Tristan, listen, I cannot blame her.
Jesus. Thank God that water bottle was fucking. God damn.
Because I've seen Tristan's Instagram. And yeah, so there's that. Because there's that. But I want to go back onto
that.
I want to go back onto Rick Ross because something that I was listening to the NWO podcast. Shout out to the NWO podcast and all the boys.
Ricky, Benny, Plus.
Yes, everybody, Vegan Trap Lord.
Vegan Trap Lord.
One of the things that they said, and I completely agreed. And they also had the Whiskey Chick, which is she's a DJ from out here. They had her on the show and they were just talking about like Rick Ross and kind of like how there's some rappers who they paint a picture of like, I want to be selling drugs in the trap and da 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 da. But then there's also but then you have Rick Ross. Rick Ross, he shows you that you can become that boss. He shows you like, look, this is what I have been able to attain and you can do the same as well. Yeah. And I was just like, yo, that is exactly how I view Ross as a rapper, as an artist, as an entrepreneur. And
yeah, I feel like Currency, not the nut hug, but yeah, I feel like Currency has always done that shit too.
Yeah, well, Currency is a great storyteller as well. Yeah, and he's had like that luxury.
Yeah, I feel like
head type of rap.
Yeah, and I think him and Ross probably played good off each other too, because every single time they did a track has been fire. But yeah, just kind of that boss talk or that entrepreneur, like go get it yourself. Like you could go get it yourself. He's
Yeah.
very on an independent movement. I think him and Ross probably have a lot of similarities. So yeah, like definitely those two paint that picture,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like in a Nas esque way of kind of like they make you feel like the atmosphere and like and like just like
Yeah,
you're
like I feel
there.
when
You know what I
Ross
mean?
is rapping about certain things, I feel like I'm in his mansion in Atlanta. Like that's how I feel sometimes.
Facts.
And then there's sometimes where I feel like I'm in Carol City. So,
Right.
you
A
know,
balance.
yeah, there's a beautiful balance with Rick Ross. So shout out to him for having the number one album, well, hip hop album. And
No.
we're gonna continue speaking on albums. You said you listened to the Blueface album.
Blueface,
First of
baby.
all,
Okay, it's an EP. It's an it's the EP, and that disrespectful had me go check out the rest of it though.
that was what you were playing in the car
Yeah,
earlier.
for the get disrespectful. That's bomb bomb bomb. My bad. The whole song just started playing in my head, but like
That's crazy how our minds do that.
but not honestly, it was better than I expected for Blueface. I listened to a couple of his mixtapes prior or whatever like that. I think it's dope. He just need to keep on doing his thing. Cash Money West and shit like that. They really got him in this whole plan. I think he does. I think his album does better, or he's gonna come with like another single, not a Tatiana esque, but I feel like Blueface, what he can do, he's kind of could replicate what Cardi B did, in the sense of that, like we fell in love with you on social,
Mm.
and now your music is taking off a little bit more. You know what I mean? Yeah, granted, no love in hip hop, no stripper pass or whatever like that.
The thing is that sometimes men don't even have to do that.
Yeah, it well exactly. I mean, you could pick up something like gang banging. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I think that he could kind of have that in the sense of like he has you have Tatiana Black Bodak Yellow, and I think that like that second song or like like or they could have that album. I don't know what they got planned for him, but I think that's something that they could do. The EP was decent. So not decent. When I mean decent, doesn't mean like bad. I mean like it was
It
good.
was a good album.
It was a good EP because that was also short. So I don't know if it's just like I'm easier. I want to
What's
consume that
short? How
type of.
many tracks?
I think this one had either 6 or 8. Hold on.
That's actually not that bad. This week I was listening to okay, so I listened to the Snow Allegra album. Dope as fuck. I've been listening to the album from beginning to end.
It has 8. My bad. It has 8, and then like a couple of them like I already heard before, like Bust Down, Daddy, Stop Capping. But then you got the game on it. The game one of my top dogs. So and Bleed It was already out. So like there was just like 4 new tracks for me, and I'm not being disrespectful on that. I'm just saying. But go Alexa. Whose that one was out?
Snow Allegra.
So Snow Allegra.
Well, actually, I listened to a lot of new
Hello.
music. Okay, so Little Brother came out with an album.
Right. I need to listen to that. Shout
That
out
one was
Sosa.
really good.
He always fuck with Little Brother and them, so I need to check that out.
Yeah, no, it was a really dope project.
And Rory was fucking with.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I get this is one of the reasons why when Nicki Minaj was on there screaming at my older brothers or like my brothers, because Rory's a little younger than me, well, a year younger. I was like, how dare she talk to these men like this? Like, I was so like, it triggered me. But so yeah, so
You want to talk about that? Or you want to talk about it? Okay, come on.
well, no, I mean we can talk about
Well,
it.
let's get into these albums. Hold on.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
know about
So,
Snow.
well, yeah, okay. So the Little Brother album, I obviously listened to it because Rory and them they hyped it up, and to me, like, I didn't grow up listening to Little Brother, but I always knew about them. So when I've known about a group for a very long time, and then I find out that they're coming out with a project, I like to listen to it because I like to see, okay, so how are they going to accommodate their music to today?
Yeah.
How are they going to change it? And I believe that they didn't really change their sound that much to accommodate to how the music sounds today. I felt like they were very true to their sound. They used awesome and like the beats that they used were great. The lyrics and everything, like it was just a really good album. The Snow Allegra album, like I said, has been an album that I've just been having on repeat since I heard it.
Hmm.
And it's just a really good soulful album. It's called those feels again or something. It's that one's a really dope album.
Oh,
And
the little brother.
well, no, the little
Oh,
brother.
oh, it's called. Oh, sorry, because it's called the May the Lord watch. Oh my, I'm sorry. Which one were you talking about?
I was talking about the Snow Allegra
Oh, Snow
one.
Allegra. Sorry.
Hold on, because I don't know.
That's Snow Allegra. I've been messing you up the whole episode. I apologize.
Okay, so it's May the Lord Watch is the little
Yeah, the little
brother.
brother.
Ugh, those feels again is Snow
Ah,
Allegra.
that's a tight ass album name.
Yeah, and the
I
thing
like
is
that.
that she has an album, that's called Feels, like a
Also,
project that she dropped. Yeah, like a year ago, and that's a good project as well.
I like it
I
when artists be doing that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Or like even when they do the
Have
number
you seen the
shit,
cover?
it's pretty dope. No, let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, I know who this is.
I know who this is.
Why I thought Sade dropped a new album. I was like, oh shit. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
no. I mean, it's very Sade-ish, but it's a really good album.
No
And then
knock.
my dog dropped Pacifico. I'm looking at like what I
Yeah.
recently added to my
Pacifico out now. Also, we got Roll Up. I got a verse on there with guys. Shout out to that. That's like that shot up my charts. And then also we got guys dropping Streetlights too. One of my favorite tracks, almost of all time.
damn of all time. Okay, so I also listened to a little bit of the Rhapsody album because she dropped an album. I saw an interview with her the other day, and I really like the idea that she named all of the tracks after historically black women or women that have done amazing things. Black
Who
women.
again?
Rhapsody.
Okay.
Yeah, so she has the name of the album is Eve, and she has songs named like Aaliyah. She has Whoopi, Serena, Tyra, Michelle, Iman, Afeni. So she has a song basically named after Afina Shakur, which is Tupac's mom.
Damn, that's pretty. That's really cool. I fucking forgot what I was gonna say though.
Yeah, it's I haven't been able to finish the album, but
Oh,
it
she was
was
trying to
really
do the
good.
DMX challenge. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh man, the DMX challenge is lit. I love it. It's funny because if I were to do that challenge, it would literally I would be three bitches in that song because I do the ponytail, the bun, and the hair down.
No, it's so funny. There's this girl who is just like, this is my challenge, and then she just has her resting bitch face on all the other different names, like Latoya, and she's just like, that shit would have me dying.
Yeah, no, the internet is undefeated when it comes to that. Raphael. Oh wait, Missy Elliott dropped an EP.
Yeah, I listened a little bit to that new song with the video in it.
That video was dope.
The
As
video looked
fuck.
really dope. It looked like he returned to form. I like it better than I guess Missy tried to bless us. Was it earlier last year or after the Super Bowl? I'm not too sure.
I don't think she's come out with anything since 2000 in like 14 years or something like that.
Nah, they tried.
What did she come out with?
She tried. Timberland and her tried to get us something, but we wasn't rocking with it. But then,
Well, I mean, people have been saying that she hasn't given. Oh, maybe an album.
oh, an album definitely no. But there was there was a single. I'm not sure when it was released, but I felt like I saw her and Timberland were kind of running back around together, and it was just like it just didn't stick, I guess, as much as they want to. Yeah, I'm better.
Yeah. See, definitely didn't know about that.
You know what I mean? Or
Ooh, damn, do you remember that song? I'm just fighting temptation.
yeah. When was that? It was 2016.
Damn, that was a
2016. She
good
also did that
song.
that what the fuck? Where they from?
So then it was an out, I guess, like a project that she hasn't dropped. This project is 5 songs, is an EP, and 2 of the songs are the same except one is a cappella and one is not. I enjoyed the album. I wish she would have given me at least 12 fucking tracks. I would have been happy with 8 tracks, but I mean, you can't. Something that I feel like as an artist, like I feel like you should, like an artist like Missy should never be afraid to drop more than 5 tracks.
I don't know. I do like the move on how this went. I mean, and excuse me, there was not her and Timberland. It was her and Pharrell, another VA native. So that was pretty cool that they was linking up. But the icology, I think this is actually what she kind of needed to do. Also, it was a little bit more of a momentum. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, or I want to say, I feel like Tierra Whack kind of gave Missy that that she needed. You know what I mean? Like, kind of in a way like when when Kobe starts seeing Steph and Clay, kind of coming to their own, or I guess you could use obviously like LeBron or whatever like that, or like KD and Russ, kind of like, damn, all right, I need I either need to switch up my game or I need to bring out what's working out a little bit more.
Mm.
You know, what's working or what was working before. So I think she, you know, because this video is kind of more like her older videos where it has that Missy effect in a
Yeah.
sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was listening to, well, because I watched the video, and obviously, like, as a Missy fan, you always know that she's gonna go above and beyond to.
And she recently got that award too. She got a
She's
star,
getting the MTV Vanguard Award.
Vanguard Award, which is like now the Michael Jackson Award, or what?
I
Or
thought they were taking out the Michael Jackson.
you saw that shit about Twitter when they were trending in like his estate talk. It was trending on Twitter or whatever like that, and they were just like they basically trying to say, "You don't cancel Mike. We still trying to count. We're still trying to count these coins."
Hell no. Oh man, Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to that king, man. That
Yeah,
man
man,
cannot.
rest in peace,
that man
man.
cannot rest in peace.
I personally can't go past bad, but that's just me. You know, shout out Ricky. I know he's a big Michael Jackson fan. You know, of course you have those spotty ones because that one with Chris Tucker in the video. Okay.
You rock my world, you know you did everything I want.
Oh, she hit them notes too.
That's my shit, man. I remember when I first heard that song, but so remember back in the day when they used to have making the video and you used to see like the Missy Elliott ones when she would do like
Yeah.
Get Your Freak On and all that shit, and then
Mhm.
you would see it at the end like come to life. But I remember watching that shit. So I after listening to the NWO podcast, I got into like a different, like I started listening to like a whole bunch of different songs because they were talking about Jay-Z and they were talking the really good music. So I was just like, damn, I'm gonna go into like this whole, like I'm gonna listen to different songs. And then the Joe Budden podcast did the same thing as well, where they were playing a little bit of Missy because they were talking about like Timbaland. Huh?
Sorry, no, because they were talking about Common.
Who was talking about Khan?
They were talking about Common in the last episode.
The Joe Budden
Yeah, the Joe Budden podcast. Remember with the Universal Mind Control?
Oh
And
my
Rory
god!
said it about like 5 times. Be honest, what you thought about that album when it came out?
About that,
Universal
yeah.
But that song that Rory did play, "Hey Baby," the one with Kanye. You
Yeah.
looking
No, he says, I think you're giving me
Me
the
the eye.
What?
That one.
Don't.
Rory wasn't tripping. Joe, you was
Don't,
tripping, man. You need to let Rory get his
don't.
shit off. That boy be
Hey,
open
babe.
corner pocket at the 3. You know, let him fly that thing out. My bad. That I just remember that because I wanted to talk to you about that because yo, B, Finding Forever, those were our shits. We was putting them things back to back to back. Those are kind of Common's classics to me. I know you could say drink what's the other ones or whatever like
Chocolate
that.
for water or something.
What-
I honestly, Common's one of my favorite rappers ever, but honestly, it was because of Finding Forever and B.
You know, I mean, yeah.
He could have never come out with any other album, but with those two, I remember hearing those albums and being like, "That's what the fuck hip hop is."
That's what you call motherfucking balls.
That's what you call a fucking lyricist.
Like water for chocolate.
There you go.
It's a difficult name. I mean, I don't blame you. That is a
No. And then
you-
there's
screwed
obviously some other Common albums that are dope as fuck too. But like he said, those were 2 albums that we heard, and they just made me feel some type of way. Like I felt something. I felt what he was saying. I just felt a lot of different things. So. Common is dope. We can talk all day about Common, but we're not going to.
Yeah.
We're gonna spare the people that because there's other projects that have dropped as well.
Oh, shit.
Raphael Sadiq also dropped a project. I haven't finished listening to it. So what I did was that I listened to a little bit of the beat. Like I would listen to the first couple of the tracks because there were so many projects that dropped today. So I'm just gonna go down. It was Missy Elliott who dropped today. Young Jeezy dropped today. Raphael Sadiq dropped today.
Your
Also,
boy. Then our boy, what's his oh my god, what's his name? St. John.
St. John dropped the project as well. Jadena. Oh my god, I think I fucked up his name, but I think I'm a classic.
Yeah.
He dropped the project as well.
What did you say?
Jadena?
No, that's not how it is. It's
How do you say his name?
It's not that though. I forgot right now. But go ahead, keep on going. He dropped the project.
He dropped.
Most likely it's fucking good. No, it's like yeah, whatever. I know because I don't know how to say it. I'm pretty sure it's good because he's very musical. Like,
Yeah, and then like you said, the St. John also dropped a project.
isn't it Jay Dea? No,
Jadania.
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 Hey, comment below. Let us know how
I
you
don't
say it.
know.
How you say?
For real, I
So
feel
you would
bad. I'm
do you?
sorry.
This brings a question. Do you think that adult ADD is a thing?
Yeah.
She said
I
that's a
get
for quick.
I get ADD on the fucking podcast.
Do you think that's what? Do you think that's why I fucking get like? That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I need these 8. You know what I mean? Like, even that Missy with those 5. I'm like, I could do 5. I can listen to
Well, the
that.
thing is like for me, like I have ADD for different things. Like
Right.
I can listen to a 36 project, like song project with no problem. But then there's some projects that like if it doesn't catch my attention, I'm just like I can't fuck with
Right.
this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it doesn't catch your check, if it's not grabbing you by song 3, song 6, even if you're giving them that an 8, like you out. You know, you're not
Yeah.
checking out those other 8 that you got. Same thing with even with like with TV. Do you think like even sometimes when you try to start a new show and then you watch it, you're just like, this ain't it, coach.
I mean, yeah. But then again, there's times where like if I know that I possibly won't like the show, I wouldn't even waste my time on the first episode. I could give a fuck.
Yeah, and I'm a podcast watcher, but sometimes like if there's a podcast that comes on or like an interview and like first couple minutes of the interview and this ain't it. There was an interview. I'm not gonna say who.
That happened to me the other day too. I was just like,
I'm not
nah.
gonna say who. It was Ross was on a press run, and it's not Ross's fault. He was very charismatic in the whole thing, but I was like, I am done, bro. It was just too much for me. It just didn't grab my attention. It couldn't keep my attention long enough because I felt like it was constantly interruptions. So it was just like, all right, I'm out. I gotta go watch something else because I need to stop seeing like every single 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, and that was pretty distracting. But yeah, so the St. John Project is the one that I actually listened to the entire thing. Because like I said, I listened to the other projects. I listened to the first couple of songs. Now with St. John has been an artist that I've been listening to. It hasn't been an artist that I've been consistently listening to, and it hasn't been an artist that I've been like, yo, yeah, I gotta listen to him and this and that. But obviously, you see him so much, and then he has Biggs is like co-sign, and so it's just like, yo.
He got the mall stamp too.
And he got the Maul stamp as well. Maul really is like one of my favorite people on the podcast. I say this all the time. And it's because to me, he keeps it like so fucking real.
It's like he's like, Joe's not even supposed to have a podcast. And then it's like Maul is not like Maul shouldn't even, not shouldn't even be in there. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so on how authentic they are is what I'm saying. You know, like
just how like unapologetic they are and whatever the fuck it is that they say. Bro, I'll never. Maul says some dumbass shit in this last episode. You haven't seen it, but I'm gonna say it right now because then you're gonna laugh. You're gonna like shake that nutty ass. If you listen to the Joe Budden podcast, make sure that you write a comment in the bottom. That way we know which one of our listeners listens to them, so we know.
And welcome to our family.
Yeah, welcome to our family. And we drop a new podcast every Saturday. So after you listen to theirs, you can always listen to ours because we drop ours after theirs.
Not strategically, it just happens.
Not strategically, it just happens. Okay, so back to the St. John Project. So it was a really good project. I felt like the project just it was very fluid. It like went very well together. Like every track just went. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. So it was cohesive.
Yeah,
in
and
a sense.
I love when like a project is just like I keep seeing like something falling, like each track.
I feel like I'm getting hypnotized.
Each track just like intertwined with the next. And one of the things that I like about him is that it's like, is he a rapper? Is he a rock star? Is he a singer?
Yeah.
He's a writer, and then he's a actor. I mean, a model.
Yeah.
And so there's just so many different things, and I'm really excited to see what he continues to do in his career.
Yeah, I'm not hugging, but the Childish Gambino, I feel like it's almost the same thing. Like, is he a rapper? Is he a singer? Is he an actor? You know, like kind of thing. And that kind of makes someone a little bit more interesting, or just seeing that they could excel or do something that is not in the mediocre level in other fields. You know what I mean? Yeah. I also feel that Kanye kind of brought us a little bit more into that, especially with did you listen to the Dame Dash interview I sent you on the No Jumper?
I started it.
So Claudia be like, yo, yeah, I mean listening to new musics, but then if I don't listen to the Joe Budden podcast, Drink Champs come out. Say the real all the it's like, oh man, you slipping, and then in music, like, man, it's a lot of shit to listen to. But well, in that thing, Dame was really giving Kanye his props on the fashion level,
As you should.
as he should, because he was kind of saying like he don't even have to make music anymore. Like really busting into that fashion world was huge and something so impactful. But also, like if you think about it, it was the producing first,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the songs, it's the music, and then that all led him to songs and the music. Yeah, the music, and that all led him to probably what his true passion was, right? Because he always have talked about that, even in interviews, like, oh, I remember drawing Jordan threes and like younger in
Yeah.
school. To fast forward now, him jumping over the Jumpman, essentially irrelevancy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just amazing, and it's just so cool when you see someone excel in so many things and kind of like break that barrier, because we all, even though I think multitasking is a bit overrated,
Mm-hmm.
but if you could excel in more than one thing, I think that's just that's good. Well, not excel. If you're better than average in more than one thing, kudos.
I mean, yeah, one of my things that I am striving to be is multi hyphenated.
That sounds like a Bay Area movement.
Yeah. Well, basically, multi hyphenated is like
Oh yeah.
podcaster,
Um,
entrepreneur,
to makeup,
A&R.
A&R,
Like,
yeah,
like just different, like
producer,
producer,
manager,
manager, like just
brand ambassador.
there you go. Damn, and I am all those things. Damn.
Let me get the ow.
Yeah, because I am a brand ambassador for the best fucking candle company ever.
Facts, all natural.
Black Queen owned. I'm actually about to light this one. This is
Light that thing, man. Shout out to
Annie
and Co. Candles. If you want your ladies' room to be smelling like, I know some of y'all have that stench after a good nights of round of practice.
Oh my god.
You wanna light these things immediately. One to bring in another level of vibrations. So for the future to see, probably around 2 is in your hands. If you already have this at the crib, that is more likely to happen, fellas. But ladies,
You're like, oh, he got candles.
but ladies, go ahead, buy you one, buy you 2 for the bathroom, because you gotta have the whole place smelling right.
Yes, and the Ambition Hour podcast, we have an actual code for you guys.
Ooh, I didn't know. I didn't know I was teeing it up like this. So we have a code for you, bro. Coast 2. I mean, we have a code. Go ahead and finesse this code. Make sure you guys put it in.
Exactly. So the code is ANC19A. Again, the code is A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, C as in Claudia. 19A like Apple for a 10% discount on any N Co order that you guys make. Guys, they have amazing bundles on the website. You can get the 16 ounce, which is this one. This one's like, when I saw how big this was, I was so excited.
And this one lasts you a long time.
Yeah,
because hours of burn.
Cause the other sizes they last for a super long time, so I can only imagine how long this bad boy is gonna last. But I do want to go ahead and mention that she's doing a goodbye season scents. Which basically she's going to be getting rid of some of the scents, and she's going to be bringing in new seasonal scents. So she has right now 20% off on her goodbye scents, which are Tobago, Bitter, Orchid, Novocaine, Passion, Grapefruit, and Lucky Bamboo. So if you go to Etsy and you look for Annie and Co candles, you'll be able to find these candles at 20% off, and you can use our promo code as well to add another 10% off of the goodbye scents. Now, out of this list, my favorites are Tobago, Orchid, out of the 6, I think all of them are my 6. I think 4 of them are my favorites. So that means I'm gonna have to order them as well.
I think we had that Tobago lit one of these episodes.
Yeah, we did because that was one of my favorite ones. But then this one is one of my favorites. But there's one that's in my room that is called Home. That's that shit. That one smells really good, and it's unisex. Because you know how sometimes
yeah.
Yeah, but that one's good. for the fellas too.
We're gonna have a promo code in the description, so don't trip. Don't double tap
Yes.
10 times. Just make sure you got it right. We'll have it down below. Make sure you go check out Annie and Co.
Yeah, and get your candles.
Get your candles.
Ye-
It's 10% off because we've been down 10 toes ever since day one.
Yes, I'm really excited because, like I said, I'm a brand ambassador, but they are also sponsors of the show. So shout out to Annie and Co. I'm about to come with a little jingle for the Annie and
Right,
Co.
man. I'm like, man, we spent a good minute on this, and we
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 could
didn't really trying to sell it that much. We were just like, this shit is good. You just need
Yeah.
to use this
I
shit.
just fucking love these candles because they just smell so good. Like there's times where I literally come home from work and like I'm like I gotta turn these candles on because they're so therapeutic and like it's just beautiful.
Vibes.
So I wanted to ask you something because I feel
Uh-oh.
since Jeezy just dropped this album and
Mhm.
technically they're saying that it's his last album. It's his last album on Def Jam, but they're also
Mm.
saying that he's retiring.
I felt like they were saying that about his last one though too. Homies is trying to. They trying to dirt Novin. They trying to. They trying to dirt Novinsky, my boy, out the game. I'm asleep. I don't know, but because when I saw, that's why I was surprised this morning when I saw the album drop. I was like, oh,
Oh, you didn't know he was dropping an album?
I didn't know. I thought it was a surprise. I didn't know it was like teed up or anything like that.
Well, I mean, he
'Cause-
didn't have any singles.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because that's a little bit. It gained my interest more. Like Ross, I was like, oh, I listened to some of those songs already.
The
And
three
then
little songs that he
Those
dropped.
3 little songs, I know it's so crazy, but like, look at how my mind's working. Like, I already kind of listened to some of those songs, and then
So
this one's like,
he's like,
Jeezy.
technically, I've heard the album.
So yeah, I mean, like I listened to Blueface album, I almost heard all of it. But so then with Jeezy, I thought it was like a surprise, so I was so refreshed. I went immediately. I was just like, oh, let me go play it.
Yeah, you had listened to it before me because I can tell on Apple.
Yeah, I went and listened to it because I saw it in the morning. I hopped in the shower with the. I hopped in the shower. Before I hopped in the shower, I was listening to Entrepreneur, and then I saw Gary Vee, and I was like, all right, this shit's off to a good start. Then I went to about 6, which I think was the one with CeeLo Green, and then after that, I went to go play some dub shit. Dub. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Dub T, motherfucking dub.
That's one of my favorite drops.
Facts.
Like every time that one of our songs have that, I just get automatically hyped. I'm like, yeah, bitch, it's fucking Dub T. Damn, that should be a beginning of a song,
That does sound hard.
right?
Hey, we got to record it.
We might have to
Might,
after this episode.
might have to do what it do. Or
So,
whatever they say.
as far as
Oh, what's the question?
retiring for rappers, do you truly believe that a rapper can retire? That's number one. Number two, should they retire? Like, should they even announce it?
I don't know, because I feel like Joe changes this so much now. Because before I used to say a rapper shouldn't retire or announce retirement, you know what I mean, or anything like that. Because one, when Jay did it, he came back in the game like 4-5, and not that we didn't mind, but
I was very happy
We-
because we got American Gangster,
we
we got Kingdom Come, we got Blueprint 3,
we got a
we
couple
got
more.
444.
We got a bunch of a couple years of game, and American Gangster. I mean, that's up there in his catalog for me, and I know for you too. So I don't know, like so then like that part, he's like the only exception where I'm just like, don't say that, because then you might want to rap again.
Yeah.
He's at least made it clear on the podcast or anytime that he tries to mention it that he's clearly joking, that he really doesn't want to do it or anything like that. But then it's like, damn.
What? Why don't you?
Wow, what would a Joe track sound right now? You know what I mean?
Sad.
You know. Well, yeah, I'm trying to hear about this Sin breakup. Joe, like he says, they don't give him enough respect on the relationship bars or the breakup bars.
I feel you.
Joe got the breakup bars.
Honestly, I would love to know what happened between them two, but it's
Yeah.
none of my business.
It's none of my business either, but how he just done that so well, multiple times, or even when he's in love, how he describes being in love type shit too, or like how he gets into that. I always thought that he was great at that. So he's the exception in the rule, I would say. But to announce retirement, I feel like that always is kind of to buzz up album sales. I mean, if it really is your step away of the game, I don't know. I would hope it's not, like, at least for Jeezy. You know what I mean? Because, like, what happens, say, down the line, 5 years or, 2 down the line, Hob comes to him and say, yo, I got that hook. Remember I wrote that hook for Jeezy back in the days. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Or, like, yo, I got this track. Not Not that's the girl. That's the girl with the stank face. So for the
She
DMX
just put a
challenge.
whole bunch of different hats on.
Um, so like what if or Drake is like, yo, I finally got like here's a track for Jeezy to get on. Like, what, you're not gonna get on it? You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. That would always hurt my heart, in a sense, like for someone I wanted to work with or someone that I would want to hear from again, or someone I'm a huge fan of. Like if Nas would announce retirement, I would be like, huh? Really? Nah, dog, we need one more album. You know,
Yeah.
or like I don't know. There's a couple rappers that exceptions to the rule, right? I mean, there's a couple rappers you wish retired.
Some of y'all rappers need to retire.
um,
And some of y'all's career hasn't even started.
Facts. So I mean, I think that if that person genuinely feels that they're done, because I recently had a moment of, yo, I think I'm done with something. You know what I mean? Either whether it be in the time being or someone that if someone feels really strong about that, like, yo, I am done. It's kind of like even like an actor or whatever like that, like a buddy from Walking Dead, like he bounced, because it's like, yo, I'm done. I'm done acting the same shit. I'm done being
Yeah.
the same shit,
Mhm.
or like it's the same shit. I could see, years in the game, you could try to see it as repetitive.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I feel when it comes
talking.
to retirement, as a first of all, I don't think that rappers are getting the benefits that someone who works a normal
True,
job.
but like, look at what if Angie Martinez would retire? Like, or someone like that, or like, what happens if Fun Flex would retire?
He should. Yo, you didn't know about what happened with Funk Flex?
Uh, oh yeah. Well, I wanted us to talk about that. Well, not that specifically. Well, I wanted to talk about the whole J thing. But
Yeah, no, of course. Okay, so cause I did want to talk about the J and the NFL, the whole thing. But something that hold up. I can't see. Your girl's gonna get contacts very soon. I've just,
Claire's
been,
the word. I try to play that off so smoothly.
and I'm like, wow, I can't
Hold on, wait a second.
see. Okay, so as far as like with the retirement, I feel that these rappers are not getting the proper benefits that they as if they were to work a regular corporate job, or even because there's even jobs that are not corporate jobs that are regular jobs that you can get a really good retirement plan. So these rappers are not being protected in that way because they're seen as they got money, they can take care of themselves, they don't need a retirement plan like these other people do. So that for me is number one because I don't feel that it's fair. Number two, I feel like if you're a rapper, you're gonna always be a rapper. You're gonna always have that talent. You're always going to be rapping. You're not gonna be maybe putting projects out, but there's definitely always gonna be a time where you're going to be making music, whether it be with your kids, whether it be just at the crib by yourself.
Like Andre 3000.
Yeah, but Andre hasn't retired.
Yeah, no,
But he just hasn't, and then he's
exactly.
just jumped on like legendary songs and, just killed verses. And then it's just like goes back into his little hole, like, or plays a fucking flute in the airport. And no one's mad at that because, listen, if that's the only way that I can hear Andre, I'll take it. But so going back to like the artists, they're not going to ever let go of that music. That's something that I think about, that I'm like, okay, so Jeezy is saying that he's retiring. All right, cool. If Jeezy is saying he's retiring, I I'm sad because, like, what, I'm not gonna hear another Jeezy album, like Jeezy, you know what I mean? But I think with him it's more along the lines of like this is his last TM. This is his last TM, so that's what I think a lot of people were mistaking, saying that it was that he was retiring. I don't know if he's 100% retiring, but I do feel that like whoever's retiring in the game should have like a last dance like Wade did.
Sure, like a last go around, a last like real hurrah. I don't know. I just thought about a couple rappers that should retire, or I would want them to retire, or kind of step into Andre 3000. You hear for them once a while. Kind
Name
of
one.
drop in Eminem. Well, I think he should have been retired because I feel like he's hurting his legacy more than not. I'm not the biggest Eminem fan. Come for me if y'all want.
I'm not.
I feel
I'm not even a fan.
I feel like at the top rappers, I'm right after Nas and then in front of M. Um, so So yeah, I think he like that. That's someone that's someone that I thought of when I was saying what I was saying. Like, it wouldn't be bad to hear from M. Every once in a while. Like, what if we just got that Big Sean verse? Even though that wasn't something we wanted, or I didn't think it benefited the song as much. Um, damn. I feel no. That's a Skip Bayless statement. That's the last thing I want to be on here. Because I am a rapper myself. Your girlfriend's favorite rapper at that. So I never want
Your
to. I
girlfriend's
never want to
favorite.
compare or critique motherfuckers too hard or anything like that. But I think this is like concise with everybody. Like kind of like that whole M shit is just it's for its time. It's to certain people that like it, certain people that don't. Just like how some people like Russ, some people don't.
Oh shit. Snoop Dogg dropped an album too. I haven't listened to it, but he did drop another album because we're talking about,
hmm
rappers that have been around for some time. I don't believe that Snoop Dogg needs to retire though.
I don't think so either. I mean, he hasn't pissed me off like when I hear him rap. Like and 40 Water either. Like 40 shouldn't retire.
Yeah, he's another one that shouldn't. I don't know, like I said, I feel like there shouldn't be like if that excuse me, it's like me as like a speaker. Like I'm gonna want to be talking shit for like a really
Like the
long,
rest of my life.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the rest of my life type shit. You know what I mean? And I don't really see myself
Who
retiring.
who's some what worker? Because now you put me on the spot. Who do you think should retire?
Who do I think should retire? Greg Popovich. No. No. All right. Right, I'm serious. I'm gonna be serious.
We are not a sports podcast.
We are not, but he has to retire.
That's so funny though that you just weren't there. Oh my god. I didn't even know how you know Great Papa. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. All right,
Cause
a
I'm
rapper,
that bitch.
and not Eminem because I already said that. So don't give me
Okay.
that shit. Someone, I need a name. Offend them. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Someone,
Fuck.
someone that's coming out with albums. You're like, really, motherfucker? You still coming out with albums? So you don't think Snoop should?
I don't think Snoop should retire. Cause I think that Snoop is one of those
Snoop is
artists.
timeless, and he's the most recognizable rapper ever.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that he's just one of those artists that
So who
doesn't
should
need
retire?
fuck. Jermaine Dupri.
Speaking of Jermaine Dupri, did you know? No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean I don't know. Like who in your list would you say? Like cause
Okay,
like I
everyone's gonna catch these strays. Little
they,
Bow Wow,
but Little Bow's not rapping.
Trick Daddy.
Trick. Mm,
Even though I would want a song with Trick, you know what I mean?
no.
Um,
I heard the story about how him and Trina made Nan,
hmm?
and it's a pretty dope story. It was pretty much Trick like told her to go to the studio and like was telling her like, "Oh, what would you say in here?" Like pretend like you're talking to me in the song or something like that, and that's just like how they started coming out with that. And you don't know now, been places that I've been.
And
I can't say out of words because
the 305 came out.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think. Well, Trick. I haven't heard anything from him, so I can't.
and I
Really
was
say
just
that.
thinking of some people.
I can't.
More,
I don't know why I can't think of
you know,
anybody
or
right
like
now.
I don't know, because then you said when you said JD, I thought that's where I went to Bow Wow. Even though he's like not really putting out music. Ludacris didn't officially announce retirement. I think he should give us that last dance maybe, and then announce retire, and then be like, "Yo, this is my,"
No.
and then kind of like make it a big thing. I think that would be kind of cool.
Bro, Ludacris
And
really
that'll be a
needs
hell of
to.
a marketing scheme too.
Ludacris really needs to come out with the project because I was listening to 1 Minute Man and his verse on 1 Minute Man. Tuh.
Hmm.
Have you heard? I feel like just like playing it real quick.
Have I heard it? Yeah, I've heard it.
It's now I keep messing up because Jay-Z goes, "I'm just trying to give you 60 seconds of affection," and then he says, "Get your independent ass out of here." Question: What? How you gonna take your woman shit like that?
What do you think about 50?
Yeah, he should retire.
All
But
right.
he's not rapping either.
Well, is he or is like, well, he knows his place in the market space isn't as value as it once was, but I mean, he's still out there. He's still, I don't know. I'm just thinking of someone that. I just was thinking about people that like you. you would
Is
say.
Exhibit still rapping?
I wouldn't say Exhibit still. I don't think he's an active rapper. And Exhibit, I'm sorry, but I feel like he's been doing a lot of. Well, he's been doing a lot of shit with the weed pens. He has one of those weed pens. It says Brass Knuckles is Exhibit X to the Z. Um, all right, for our 2000s mix, we're gonna go to 1 Minute Man. This is a Missy Elliott appreciation episode. I
So keep your head tight.
put it close. Woo.
All right. Dog.
Um, but the thing is that like Luda had that bounce, and he always had like bars in there too.
Yeah,
Um,
he had a way of like sneaking in some shit, and then you'd be like,
mhm.
"What the fuck did he just say?" Um,
Oh, this was say. What are you gonna say that? Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna go and talk about so we can talk about the Jay-Z and the NFL and all that.
All right. But now because we were saying the Missy appreciation episode. You know what? Behind the scenes, I do remember the video shoot shit was the one for the DJ. Hey, couple of requests, and like all the shots and scenes that they did that for that shit, and even the end, and then Homegirl who ended up on Disney and all that shit. Like it
The
was crazy. Yeah, the
dancing and
dance
the
scene, and just seeing like even what like Missy had to go through for half of those shits, you know what I mean? Or like not even like she went through stuff, but like like it still required some performance from her, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Rather than just hand movements and
yeah. No,
gestures or whatever
Missy's
like
that
that,
shit.
looking at the camera
Missy's
and
that
shit.
bitch.
Facts, man.
So, first, I want to give a shout out to Queen May. She is a listener of ours,
Shout out
and
Queen.
yes, and she has been one of the people that has engaged the most with me as far as the podcast goes. She's also engages with the Ambition Hour podcast Instagram page and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to her. I have posted a picture of Jay-Z. What's that? John Goodell.
Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell.
Fuck Roger Goodell.
And then the reason why I posted it was because I did not know when this news was breaking that Angie Martinez was in the room with them.
Yo,
I
I even
also
peeped that, or I didn't seen that. I love it that she was there though.
I loved that she was there because that showed me that in the future I can be in a room like that.
That's a fact. But also, I don't know, man. Jay, that was a smart move too to have Angie there. Cause
But
honestly,
you
I
know
don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what happened. Angie was there, and I'm just like happy.
but you know who else was there as well? Charlemagne was there. Cause I was looking at that face. I was
'Cause I was
looking.
gonna hate, but nah, it's pretty good.
I don't
Cause
remember.
that's just Joe Budden's or Maul's hate, Cause I know Maul, like
Yeah,
Maul don't really fuck with him.
I don't remember.
What did he say? Mental health 3 times. Charlemagne come
Oh
up.
my god, for real. Yo, but mental health is real. So
Mental health is real, man, and that's really one of the most important things. That's kind of what I was saying earlier. You kind of want to get that reset for your
mhm.
mental health to be on point guard, because then that's when you could really facilitate accordingly.
It's funny because me and Chloe Money believes that the reason why I've been feeling the way that I've been feeling is because I've been stressing. And then I didn't know that nausea, anxiety is real. Like nausea,
Mm.
not like stress induced nausea and anxiety induced nausea is real. I never knew that. But I'm gonna go to the doctor because I don't know what the fuck is going on. But yeah, so that it's interesting how you don't know that your mind can really affect your body, and you don't even know it because you think that you're fine. You're working out, you're eating good, you're doing what it is that you need to be doing. I never felt like I was stressed. Like, yeah, you stress about things, payments that you have to make and things like that, but
Of
at the end of the
course,
day, like,
yeah.
I'll be like, yo, well, your girl didn't have money before, so at least now I have money.
Yeah, perspective. That's the
Yeah.
thing. A lot of people lose perspective.
Yeah. So whatever. So I was really excited that Angie Martinez was there. I felt like that should have been more highlighted that she was
For
there
sure.
because I didn't find out until the day that I had posted it.
For sure. Especially in a male dominant sport, you know what I mean? I think that should have been definitely highlighted.
Yeah.
For
There were
sure.
other women in the room as well. So shout out to them as
Yeah.
well.
Shout out to them too, but this is Angie Martinez.
Exactly. The
Be
GOAT.
clear.
And she's coming out with a new show on WeTV, which
I
she's
saw that.
Untold Stories of Hip Hop.
Untold Stories on WeTV. I'm a little upset that the culture couldn't cut the check, but it's okay. Angie, go ahead, do your thing. You deserve this. I think you deserve more than that. Come on the show. You're always welcome here at the Ambition Hour.
Always. You can
Um,
sit right next to me.
ain't that about a bitch?
You don't even have. We don't even have to have the boys on. It just be
Yeah,
me, and you.
that could be a definitely one on one. I would love to see a one on one with you and her. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. I mean, shit, man. We were supposed to talk. I'm over here. We were supposed to talk about Jay-Z and all that stuff. I'm just really like, yo, Angie Martinez was in there. There could not been no wrong or no
Yeah,
injustice.
like
You know
whatever
what I
it is
mean? Or
that
no
you
shady
felt.
shit. You know, because you know a lot of people was negative. How could you do that? You know, and all this whole cap thing. You know, I think I think one of the best ways to sum it up is that you know, you know, an action, no action is an action too. So you gotta take an action.
Yeah. So shout out to Queen May, because the reason why I'm bringing this up and why I'm shutting her out is because she asked me about how I felt about the whole thing with Jay-Z. So what I basically told her was, that is none of my business. Like, that is none of my business.
Preach.
I do not own not 1 cent of Rock Nation. Would love to be a part of Rock Nation, but I do not. I am not. So therefore, when it comes down to the decisions that the owner, Mr. Sean Carter, decides to make, and the partnerships that he decides to make, or the people that he decides to work with, I trust this man enough to know that he is making the right decision. So if he feels that the right decision is to move forward and to take action and to take the NFL a certain into a certain realm, to where it's going to understand the police brutality and how, you know, these black men that do play the sport are being treated, even though they are rich men that play football, they're still getting treated wrong, even by the NFL. So I'm hoping that with Jay-Z and Rock Nation being a part of the NFL, there's going to be a lot more equality, there's going to be more injustice, there's going to be a lot more awareness. I believe that whatever Jay-Z is doing, he knows what's best for him and for his company. Like,
And I'm pretty sure he talked to Beyonce about it. If she thought it was a good move, it was a good move.
yeah, cause listen, Beyonce and Jay-Z ain't make up Gregg for no reason. Do you think that Beyonce be in the meetings with him or not?
I think occasionally some meetings she is, some meetings she isn't. You know,
Yeah.
Beyonce's a busy woman too. She has a lot of things to go on. She
And
can't
she
just
got
always oversee
3
what
kids.
always oversee what Jay's doing or what meetings he's at. Um, what I wanted to talk about the whole Dame thing was that he said that it's funny because at least with the whole Jermaine Dupri thing. Wait, but we talked about Fun Flex too. But hold on. Well, he just basically said that Jay's just one of them dudes, in a sense that like he would be like, really, you like that girl? Like, yeah, man, I think she bad or whatever like that.
And then Jay gets with her.
Yeah, and then Jay gets with her. It's good,
Mm.
you know, like he's just like always that type of guy, and he's like, he always just thought that was funny of him to do
Dame
to
feeling
do.
some type of way.
Yeah, yo, Spitz isn't here, but like Spitz is kind of hot about that. He was like, man, but I'll let him explain that later. But what happened with Funflex? Funflex said some shit,
Okay.
and it wasn't true or was
So,
true.
pretty
What happened?
much what Funk Flex said was that the NFL offered Jermaine Dupri the same thing, the same deal or whatever that they offered Jay-Z, and that Jay-Z told Jermaine to not take it.
Yeah, because he couldn't take it.
First of all, don't nobody want to be no Jermaine Dupri.
Like if the NFL did that, we would have laughed at the NFL.
Yeah, we've been like Jermaine. And you know what sucks is that today I was talking so much shit. Was it today or yesterday? I was just like, bruh, nobody wants to fucking listen to what the fuck Jermaine Dupri has to say. Like, if I'm gonna pay attention to a rapper and then that sucks because it shouldn't be this way. But like, I would rather the NFL do business with with someone like Jay-Z, with someone like Diddy, with someone even like Rick Ross, to do certain moves like that with these type of men. And I just see cuz I feel like Jermaine Dupri just, I don't know, but then I think about like money and thing, and then it's like, damn.
No, you can't not, because I was gonna say I think what you're saying is a little bit more like about that boss, a little bit of that executive role, and kind of see them in that before.
Yeah.
JD has played that for a while. With Social Def. What he did with the Brat, what he did with Bow Wow.
Yeah, like
I see what you're saying, because it wasn't to the extent or the success of Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think like it really like that wasn't the big play.
Yeah.
JD. And hopefully, Jay probably didn't mean no malice to it, or was it
No,
more
no,
like,
no. But wait. So Funk Flex said that, but Jermaine Dupri said himself. He said, "I never said that it was the same deal."
right? Because
And and then he also
exactly.
said, "I never said that Jay told me to not take it." He's like, the reason why he didn't take it was because he was working very closely with some of the families that have been affected by police brutality, and they were telling him like, "Oh, that's blood money." Yeah, when he was doing things with the NFL, because he was at one point really working.
Who?
Jermaine
Oh,
Dupri.
okay,
Yeah, and this
damn.
is like him saying all of this, that he was working with, he was doing things and events and everything with the NFL, and he was also having meetings, because to him he was just like, I just wanted, Atlanta to have a free week of concerts for the for the Super Bowl.
That's
So he
dope.
was like working on, working towards
Yeah,
like, yeah. So like I felt the same. I felt like how I
can't
felt
hate
like
that.
right now. But then I'm just like, damn. I'm listening to that interview and I'm just like, bruh, I see what he was trying to do, and I actually commend him for seeing the side of the people that he's trying to help and
Right.
being like, damn, you know what? Y'all right. And then he said, I stopped being available for them. Like, I stopped being available for the NFL. I was like, yo, I'm in the studio. Like, I can't really go there. I can't really do this and X, Y, and Z. So at the end of the day, like, Jermaine Dupri made the best decision that he could for himself,
For himself.
just like Jay Z. Jay Z did the best decision that is good for him, his business, his future, whatever it is that he has planned. And we don't all know the details.
Right.
We don't know the details. We don't know exactly what they're talking about. Yeah, there's a 45-minute clip. There was a 45-minute video of the press conference, but we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. We
Right.
don't really know
But
Jay Z's
or
end plan.
yeah, or even like the how the deal is going. So
Yeah. Some people don't even know if it's a deal, if it's a
right,
partnership,
partnership.
if they're working
If he
together,
owns a
if he's like an
team,
independent.
if now he's doing the Super Bowl for the next 3 years,
Yeah.
like we don't know. We like and
We
then
don't know.
and
People are so
oh.
quick to say anything.
Oh man, well he has the part that he says we don't know, Sway, we don't know. What's the name of your clothing brand? Is what he was saying. My bad. I thought we had that drop there. Brick. But yeah, like exactly, like you don't know, and you answered that question
You
so
don't know.
eloquently because we don't just know, and it's none of our business even to know. You know what I mean? Like I personally don't fuck with the NFL, fuck Roger Goodell. But go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I
Do your
mean,
thing. Whatever you got going on with him and them. And I also think something that Maul said was very important too and very crucial. What he said was like, no matter what you do, a motherfucker's gonna be hating on you.
mm,
So
that is a fuck.
whatever.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact. Because I'm pretty sure that if we were to go and like look and to see, there was probably people saying, why isn't Jay Z doing anything about the
Mm-hmm.
NFL,
All
or
right.
why isn't he stepping in, or why isn't he that? And I really would love to know why people believe that it is Jay Z's responsibility to make sure that Colin Kaepernick gets a job. That's neither here nor there. That's a whole other thing because
That's a whole nother podcast that has topics like Gregg Popovich retiring, Dirk Nowitzki,
dog, but it's because Greg Popovich has been fucking playing. I mean, coaching
coaching.
for fucking
Okay.
ever. Bro, when the Spurs were in the fucking finals, my guy was looking kind of rough.
My boy, yeah, my boy has been coaching the game for a while. You got Tim Duncan on the staff too, so hopefully he's just grooming that up and then exiting out. Shit, man, it's been real. All right.
How embarrassing.
Nah, yeah, and I yawned earlier too, and it's not because this is a great conversation. It's only that we've been up since fucking like 6 a.m. in the
Yeah.
morning, mad running around. Like Claudia said, she's been having a rough week. I've been having a little bit rough. Well, not a rough week, since my running. Been a little bit more fatigued,
Yeah.
than usual. I don't know if it's because now I've been going on longer runs on the
Mm.
on certain days rather than just those mile a day, a mile a day, mile a day. So whatever, we're gonna overcome this. My tattoo has me out of commission for 5 days. As far as running goes, I'm definitely still putting my neck on you hoes. In the competition, not hoes. That sounded a little like
Heard that.
a little weird, but yeah.
Hey, cuffing season is coming up. You
Mm,
gonna get cuffed or no?
I
You
don't,
got tryouts right now?
I don't get cuffed.
You don't get cuffed.
I do the cuffing. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, right now, I mean, I'm on a few teams, so I mean, is if they do a 10, who am I to turn down a 10-day contract?
A 10-day contract.
Isn't 10-day contract you cuffed?
So wait, what happens after the 10 days are done?
Then you either cuffed or you're not cuffed. This could happen anytime.
At any time. At any time. I don't know, because I was just seeing that
Oh,
shit
so you getting cuffed?
I shot out my crush last week and nothing.
I don't think a girl could cuff me today.
Today.
Mm.
Honestly, there's times where like I believe that I can get cuffed by the right man, but I just don't know where he's at.
Both the Wright brothers, they passed away.
Like I just don't know. Like I don't know. I'm in a very weird position in my life right now where I like don't really want a relationship. I don't really want kids. And I feel like I've just gotten to a point in my life where I've just loved falling in love with myself and understanding who I am and becoming the woman that I am destined to become.
Right.
That when I think about a man coming into that space, I'm like, this man has to be amazing for him to come into my space and to take up my time and to take up, because I haven't always been selfish with my time.
Right.
So now that I have been selfish with my time, it's kind of like, you want to hang out for 2-3 hours?
Yeah, like, what do you really want, motherfucker? Like, damn, this is
Like, and
already
the
a
thing
lot
is,
of time.
okay, I say that, but I don't really have that happening. But I think about that.
Of course.
You know, like I think about
Right.
like, okay, like all right, girl, one day we gonna really like try this whole dating thing out, and then I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I just love me, and I've been loving me so much that I just love me more.
yeah,
Start loving me a little bit more. So I really want to exercise that muscle as much as I can. You know, still try to see the state where I can marry myself. And yeah,
we should do the marriage on the Ambition Hour podcast.
facts.
Would you like have a mirror in front of you?
I
My dog
Hold on.
gonna selfie it out.
I love you so much. You are great. You are beautiful. I do not see you with no one else in this life. No one does you better than you do you. So I want to take this hand in marriage.
To you, have 600. Take, have 600. You have to say
I do. Facts. Married to
you may now make it rain.
and so and bathe in self-love.
Bathe in self-love.
Yeah, man. Are we done? No, I'm kidding.
I don't know why I thought about the cuffing season, and then I did want to talk about like kids and stuff, but I didn't want to wait for Spits. So guys, just make sure that you tune into next week's episode.
Yeah, and everybody make fun of Spitz for not being here, please.
Yeah, please make fun of Spitz for not being here.
Because it's way funnier seeing him get aggravated at y'all making fun of him rather than just us making fun of him. He still get aggravated nonetheless, but
oh man. Oh yes, and make sure that you guys go ahead and check out the special that they have.
Yep.
It's going on until August 31st.
facts, you can spend 30% on candles. Get right, especially when it's getting colder and up in those other cities and states. Gets colder, so stay warm.
But yeah, we're gonna be coming out with these Dub lighters. So make sure that you
Lighters coming
stay tuned
soon.
for that.
New merch coming soon. Weekend in NY. We've been saying it for a while, but coming sooner than the last time we said. Just know that CAB, my brother, Layback Sosa, Spitz, Gaz, Beautiful Detta, Dubs up in this bitch. You already know it's Dub T Dub. Everything we do is legendary. 82 episodes. Tell them what time it is, Claudia.
It's your girl Adi 3000. This is episode 82, the Ambition Hour podcast, with my host Hav 600, and we are
Oh.
out. Bye.